Hey everyone, Luke Dog here, and welcome back to Dragon Age Origins Awakening, where we have descended into the Dragonbone Wastes in order to confront the Mother. I'm still hoping everything's okay at Vigil's Keep. And this music is not helping. Going up.
I'm glad to see that you are well, sister.
Serani. Oh, thank Mythal you're still alive. What has the Architect done to you? Why are you with him?
The Architect is kind to me, and tender, and he has told me his plan. The Darkspawn are just like us. The Architect has freed them, and they search for a place in this world, just like the Dalish are searching. Everything he's done to help his people. You can respect that, can't you, sister?
This is crazy. Talk some sense into her.
Serani, they killed our friends, and so many others. Don't you remember?
I do. And this is why I must help them. They are like children come into the world with no understanding of what is good and fair. They have a bestial nature, but I've seen them overcome it. They just need to be shown how.
Then come with us so you can tell the others.
No, I have work to do. The Architect is waiting for me. And for you. He will explain everything. You will see, as I have seen.
No, don't go.
Valana wreaked havoc in the Winding Wood, murdering humans who crossed her path to terrorize the nearby villages into releasing her sister. However, Aedan discovered that Darkspawn were to blame for Valana's sister's disappearance. Hoping to rescue her sister, Valana offered to help the Warden Commander destroy the Darkspawn. Valana was upset to discover that her sister Serani was working willingly with the Architect. She pledged herself to the Grey Wardens and survived the joining. An encounter with Valana's former clanmate Marin revealed that the clan had cast Valana out and denounced her anti-human crusade. Serani reappeared as the Grey Wardens were making their way through the Mother's Lair and explained how the Architect had convinced her of similarities between the Darkspawn and the Dalish. Serani's passion may have swayed Valana's feelings. Valana is fond of the color... Varl has spent his life defending Amaranthine. When Rendon Howe was Arl, Varl briefly became Seneschal of Vigil's Keep, but he repeatedly objected to Howe's orders and was demoted to lower and lower ranks. Nonetheless, he continued to serve with defiance. When Howe's acts turned more sinister, Varl secretly sheltered those in need and used what little power he had to counteract the Arl's atrocities. Soon Varl was languishing in the dungeon awaiting execution, but Howe died first. When the Grey Wardens took over Amaranthine, the Order reappointed Varl as Seneschal. Although Varl is not a warden himself, his position as chief administrator of the Warden's lands make him privy to many secrets of the Order, including the joining ritual. This rare honor is a testament to his character. Alas, Seneschal Varl was killed in the second Darkspawn assault on Vigil's Keep. Dang it! Sigrid met her end fighting Dark... Oh, come on! Just as likely to... Oh. Really? I lost the keep? What? I had all the upgrades, I thought. Screw it, I'm just gonna continue. Not happy though.
It is over.
Was it because of who I took with my party? Or was it because I didn't get all the side quests done? What could I have done differently?
Very well.
Did I have to abandon Amaranthine?
It has begun. It shall be done. Quickly, we must fight! As you say.
I'm mad at myself now.
Good, another down. Shall be done.
Help. 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 Thank you.
It has begun. Very well.
Why do I need these crystals? Probably because of here. The crystal you found fits into a strange socket in the Tevinter ruin. Other crystals may fit into the remaining sockets. By fitting 4 crystals into sockets in the ruins, you have reactivated a Tevinter relic that may aid you against the Mother. Other towers still remain dormant. I'm miffed. I'm really miffed.
Spawn has crawled into this place and died.
Mother sure knows how to cheat.
Let them fight it out. He's not going to, in which case...
Dark spawns! It has begun.
Now what?
And so we meet again. No, Uther. That is not how this must begin. I owe you an apology, Commander. When last we met, I intended to explain myself. Fate, however, intervened.
So explain yourself then.
I restrained you, only to prevent the misunderstanding that occurred with the rest of your order.
Yeah, the sort of misunderstanding that ends with a field of dead bodies. Uh-huh. I get those sometimes.
I sent the Withered to ask for the Grey Warden's help. I should have anticipated that you might view our approach as an attack. I am rarely able to judge how your kind will react. It was most unfortunate.
You took those men and bled them dry.
The Grey Wardens that were brought to me were already dead. I took their blood just as I took yours, because I had little choice. Things have not gone as I planned. I only ask that you hear me out. Should you still wish to slay me afterwards, you may try. My kind has ever been driven to seek out the old gods. This is our nature. When we find one, a blight is begun. Each time we attack your surface lands and you fight back until we are defeated. To break the cycle, my brethren must be freed of their compulsion. For that, I need Grey Warden blood.
Why do you need our blood?
In order to become what you are, you drink the blood of my kind. To transform. Similarly, we must transform. I have created a version of your joining that uses the blood of Grey Wardens. You take the taint into yourself. What we take is your resistance. That is how my brethren are freed. In your blood lies the key to their immunity against the call of the old gods.
The Wardens are supposed to stop the Blight. We'll be retired and talking about the glory days in no time.
How did they change afterwards?
Once they are freed, the Darkspawn think for themselves. They speak, they act. Some, however, have reacted poorly. They are flawed and they rage against me. The Mother gathers them to stop me, as she seeks to stop you. I cannot defeat the Mother alone, and I cannot free the Darkspawn unless she is defeated. Our goals are the same.
Darkspawn or no, he has a good point. Do we really want to keep killing each other forever?
This is what my sister saw. An ally amongst the Darkspawn. This is an opportunity we cannot pass up.
Help me kill the Mother, and after it is done, I will leave to continue my work.
What is this Mother exactly?
My most flawed creation. Freedom drove her mad, and she has poisoned the minds of the others. She has influence with the ones who have not been freed, and she gathers them as an army. I do not seek to rule, my brethren. I only seek to release them from their chains.
How did you become free?
I was born as I am, an outsider amongst my kind. Why? I do not know. Why do some of your kind become Grey Wardens? Why do some possess magic? I have no answers.
Stealing blood from Wardens is perverse.
I thought it little different from your order's use of Darkspawn blood. We both do what we must in response to the Blight. The first blood came from Uther, freely given. She was a Grey Warden, as you are, and joined us many years ago.
Perhaps the other Darkspawn don't want to be free.
And how would they know when the choice has been deprived of them? Without choice, there is only one path before them, and that leads to the Blight. I believe there is another way.
Thing is, you need Grey Warden blood. The problem is, there are few Grey Wardens at the moment. Not to mention the fact that if the Mother went insane with freedom, what's to say others won't either? Plus, how many Darkspawn are there? That's a lot. I won't help you.
No! The Architect is a visionary. Don't be foolish.
Looks like you're passing up an interesting opportunity. But who am I to say?
But we could have stopped this cycle of blights and old gods.
How very unfortunate. But I cannot blame you. You are as bound to your nature as we are to ours. I am sorry, Uther. It appears that I will not be able to keep my promise after all. You will have to forgive me, Commander, for fighting to preserve my destiny.
Do you feel that? There are Darkspawn near. I shall do it. If we must fight, let us do it quickly. I am exhausted! More the fools they! Quickly, we must fight! I need a moment's rest! Scrape our hearts out! Damn you! Very well.
You rejected the Architect's suggestion of an alliance to defeat the Mother. He now lies dead, and your remaining enemy awaits deep in her lair. Oh, did I miss one? Oh, Uther. Let me guess, another tower?
More Darkspawn.
No quarter.
That's it. Get back here.
We can do it!
Get him off, get him off, get him off. Thank you.
I'm done with you.
Here. The last archdemon.
Shall be done.
Please get it off. Everyone okay?
Darkspawn up ahead. Shall be done. Damn you. As you said.
Why do I keep getting pounced on?
Begun. I shall do it. Begun. Missed! I got you!
Get him off.
Very well. Let's make this quick! Now you fall! As you said. More darkspawn. They're like rats.
Exactly. Help.
The task is finished.
By fitting crystals into sockets in the ruins, you've reactivated 3 Tevinter relics that may aid you against the Mother. Let's go.
If it isn't the hero of the hour. The slayer of the mighty father, come to claim a reward. Oh, what a delicious day.
That's a lot of nipples.
What is that?
Creators preserve us. I have never seen such foulness.
Am I not beautiful? Has the Grey Warden come now to slay the Mother too? Will she join the Father in oblivion?
Who is this father?
He called himself Architect, but that did not change what he was. He said he wanted to free us, but all he brought us was silence. Dreadful silence. But now the father is gone. The mother can take her children deep into the earth and care for them, safe and sound.
You'll breed no more, monster.
Then the silence ends here. Perhaps we will hear the song again when we die. Oh, let it come. Let it come.
Yeah.
Do you feel that? There are darks falling.
You now call the defensive towers deactivated to use the special abilities in your fight against the Mother. Okay.
Begun. Very well. It's begun. Let's be wary. Shall be done. It's begun.
Right my arm.
I shall do as you say. Shall be done. Very well. It's begun. As you say. Shall be done. Very well.
Oh great, we got children now.
You're gonna pay.
Let me go for you. Ogren!
What needs killing?
God dang it.
I'll get on it. It's begun. As you say. Shall be done. No quarter shall be given. It is begun. Continue. Very well. As you say. Shall be done. I shall do. Watch out! Into the fray! Very well. Surrender!
Yeah, I figured that wouldn't work.
Simple. Very well. It shall be done.
Guys! Help!
Is the battle over yet?
No!
I need a moment of rest. It is begun. As you say. More than fools they.
Come on!
Very well.
Here they come again.
Shall be done. Very well. Very well. Shall be done. Keep them on their toes!
Mother's almost dead. After the deaths of both the Architect and the Mother, nearly all the remaining Darkspawn fled back to the Deep Roads. The raids on Amaranthine came to an abrupt end. Although some of the Architect's disciples likely escaped into the Deep Roads with the rest of their brethren, they have so far shown no inclination toward vengeance against the Grey Wardens who killed their savior. Yet the Deep Roads remain plagued by the Darkspawn, and it seems certain that in time another blight will begin. The danger may have passed for now, but the cycle of the old gods continues. Words of the Grey Warden's heroic salvation of Amaranthine spread like wildfire. When the magnitude of the losses at Vigil's Keep came to light, sympathy drove generous donations from all over Ferelden into the region's coffers. Amaranthine was restored to her former glory within a year, Vigil's Keep in 5. Because of the Warden's support for law and order in Amaranthine, Constable Aedan and his men were able to distribute the smuggler's goods to the battered survivors in the grueling days that followed the Darkspawn defeat. The Darkspawn messenger, set free after joining the Wardens in the Battle of Amaranthine, struck out on his own. The city soon buzzed with stories of a cloaked but lisping figure who aided travelers in danger. At the same time, reports of isolated cases of the Darkspawn disease emerged. No one connected the two. Although the war devastated many farms in the Arling, all agreed the loss would have been greater without soldiers for protection. The farmholders developed a certain reverence for the Warden Commander, as well as an ongoing reliance on the Grey Wardens for order and protection. Vigil's Keep stood alone against a horde of Darkspawn. The Mother's forces outnumbered the Vigil's defenders many times over. But the sturdy dwarven walls proved impervious to any boulder an ogre could throw. The Vigil soldiers, clad in silverite, each felled a dozen Darkspawn before they died. The Vigil held one night, then 2, then a week, and eventually the attacking horde broke upon her walls. The Keep developed an almost mythic reputation, the few survivors immortalized in song and legend. Peace allowed the Wardens to replenish their numbers. Soon Vigil's Keep bore a capable army with Wardens at its core. From their ranks emerged new heroes to challenge threats to Amaranthine and all of Ferelden. Through taxes and levies, the Vigil was rebuilt. Years later, Voldric Glavenack stood on the battlements and pronounced that the defenses were acceptable. He would never speak more highly of any human engineering. Dark whispers of conspiracy against the Wardens fell silent after a rash of accidents and disappearances culminated in the apparent suicide of Ban Esmerel. The nobles of Amaranthine remained dutiful. Some even suggested they were cowed into submission. Among the many legends that the Vigil spawned was one of the great heroes of the next age, a sheep herder turned soldier by the name of Sir Alec the Valiant, who eventually founded an order of knights that lasted 1,000 years. The Vigil soldiers, wearing the distinctive silverite armor that Master Wade crafted, came to be known as the Silver Order. Under the tutelage of the Wardens, the Silver Order developed into one of Ferelden's most revered military forces, a lasting memory of the Vigil's famous commander. A few years after Kal Haral was emptied of Darkspawn, Orzammar began sending expeditions to rediscover the knowledge of smithing that had been lost within the Taigs. Eventually, House Helmead decided that Kal Haral was too important to be abandoned. At a tremendous cost of dwarven lives, they cleared the tunnels leading to Kal Haral of Old Darkspawn, making the road between Orzammar and the fortress safe again. Kal Haral was reclaimed for Orzammar once and for all. As promised, Voldric and Dworkin presented Orzammar's Shapered with the stone marker that told of how Kal Haral's castless had turned up arms against the Darkspawn. The commander of the Grey was invited to Orzammar as a guest of honor at a feast commemorating the defenders of Kal Haral. The Shaper read the names of the castless off the marker, then presided over a ceremony to return them to the stone, as befitted warriors of their stature. In time, the Arling began to forget the tales of apparitions in the Black Marsh, and ever so slowly, settlers drifted into the region. Scholars said the veil was still thin, and thus the area still dangerous, but the people only cared that there were no longer frightening whispers in the shadows. The village was slowly rebuilt. Twice the Baroness's mansion was rebuilt and occupied, once by a wealthy merchant and another by an Orlesian mage. Both died mysteriously. Afterwards, the mansion was torn down completely and the site left untouched. The survivors of the siege of Vigil's Keep hailed Anders and his magic for holding back hundreds of the assaulting Darkspawn. In the ensuing victory celebration, the men dragged the mage to the fire to engage him in a drinking contest. Anders lost. Anders remained with the Grey Wardens a few years longer, training the Order's next generation of mages. But when the Circle Tower called on him to deliver a lecture on the nature of the Architect, much to the Templars' dismay, Anders told the commander of the Grey that his time with the Wardens was over. And yet, not 2 months later, Anders returned to the Order. Ever after, the Wardens were his home and his lasting companions. Valana never saw her clan again, but neither did she forsake her Dalish culture, nor her sharp tongue, nor her quick temper. Her friendship with the Warden commander changed her opinions of humankind significantly. Shortly after the Mother's defeat, Darkspawn stragglers who still remained on the surface attacked a human village. Valana was the only warden nearby, and defended the village single-handedly. She did not sneer once. Valana scoured the Mother's lair for signs of her sister, but it was as though Sarani had vanished into thin air. Valana blamed the Warden commander for choosing to kill the Architect, certain that the Architect would have released her sister if he lived. This remained a source of friction for as long as Aedan and Valana knew each other. Over the next years, Nathaniel dedicated himself to the Order and to clearing the blemishes on his family's name. After saving Tyrion Fergus Kuzlan from a bandit attack, a portion of Amaranthine was returned to the House. Nathaniel passed the holdings to Delilah's son, and when a new castle was eventually built there, a statue of Nathaniel was erected in its courtyard. Justice fought valiantly at the Battle of Vigil's Keep, but before the victory had sounded, a Darkspawn sword removed Kristoff's head. It was, of course, unclear whether the spirit of justice perished or simply departed. At the least, Kristoff's wife Aura was finally able to claim her husband's ashes. It was Sigrun who led the charge against the Darkspawn when Vigil's Keep was attacked. Once again, she had an army behind her, and once again, they fought Darkspawn with no hope of survival. This time, Sigrun did not flee. Aedan continued to regale young Warden recruits with tales of his prowess in both battle and bed. His drinking games prompted at least one recruit to declare that she'd rather re-attempt the joining than lift another mug. Felsi returned to Vigil's Keep several times to see Aedan, usually bringing their toddler as well. Aedan's inability to act seriously wore on her, however, and her visits dwindled, then stopped altogether. If Aedan missed her or his child, he never showed it. Well, maybe you would have if you had been my friend. As for the savior of Ferelden, he did not remain as commander for the Grey for long. The Darkspawn were no longer a real concern, the Blight well and truly over. It was time for him to move on. Some claim the commander reunited with the red-haired bard known as Liliana, and that they adventured together still. The pair were spotted together in Denerim a year after the Blight's end. No matter the truth, the commander never did return to Vigil's Keep. Well, I guess that was an okay ending then. I mean, apparently most of my people survived. It's just that it took longer to rebuild the keep than if we had... But then again, Amaranthine did... I don't know. Which do you think would have been the better choice? The keep or the Amaranthine? Of course, this being my first time through, this is what I ended up with, so... Let me know what you thought. Hopefully these aren't as long as the Origins credits, but we'll see. Okay then. That was Dragon Age Origins Awakening. I liked it. It was fun. It's just, again, this was my first time playing, so I probably made a few mistakes that I would have preferred not to, but I can't really go back and change all of it now, so I'm going to stick with it. Plus, like I said, it seems most of my people survived. Except maybe Sigrun, I don't know. Justice, questionable. Anders apparently did. But yeah, so I don't know if I'll do any of the other DLC or if I'll go on to Dragon Age 2 next. I'm gonna have to think about it. But until then, if you liked this video, let me know in the comments. If you really liked it, press that cute little like button. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Luke Dog, and I'll see you next time.